just something incredibly captivating about a heist, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely.
That, like, perfectly executed caper, cooked up by some mastermind with this shady crew pulling off the impossible.
It's classic Hollywood stuff.
Exactly. But the fascinating thing is the real-life jobs. They can be just as thrilling, seriously packed with plot twists, tons of drama, sometimes even a bit of poetic justice. So today on The Deep Dive, we're really digging into some of the world's most audacious heists. We want to pull out the key insights, how they actually happened.
Yeah, and we've got some great sources to work with here.
We do. We're looking at stuff like Heists and Hustles from
Yeah.
See by Escape and the top 5 heists in mob history from the Mob Museum. Really interesting material.
So our mission really is to get past just the surface story. We want to pull out those nuggets of, well, understanding for you. What makes a heist good?
Right.
Is it the crazy detailed plan, the colorful characters, or just the sheer amount of money involved?
Or all of the above.
Exactly. It's often a surprising mix, and usually there's a healthy dose of human error thrown in just to keep things interesting.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's start with one that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
The Antwerp diamond heist.
Ah, yes. Belgium's heist of the century.
That's the one. I mean, this was probably one of the most elaborate heists in history. Picture this. A vault, 2 floors underground, protected by, like, 10 layers of security.
Practically Fort Knox, right?
Seriously. And the supposed mastermind, Leonardo Bartolo, his approach was just, wow. He disguised himself as a diamond merchant.
Okay.
And get this, he actually moved into an apartment right next door to the Diamond Center years before the robbery in 2003.
Years. That's incredible patience.
Isn't it? And his crew, they somehow stole diamonds and gold, worth maybe $100 million.
Wow.
Without triggering a single one of the, 60-something security cameras.
That's masterful planning.
It was. But here's the kicker, the downfall. It's almost unbelievable.
Go on.
Notarbartolo was linked because of trash left by the roadside. And DNA found on a half-eaten sandwich.
A sandwich? You're kidding.
Nope, a sandwich. And even though they caught him, a lot of the jewels, still missing, never found.
That Antwerp case, it just perfectly shows how even the most detailed plans can just unravel because of one tiny little slip-up.
Yep, that human element.
Exactly. The perfect crime often gets undone by the simplest thing, especially, during the cleanup. And speaking of audacious repeat performances, let's talk about the Harry Winston heists in Paris. They called it Le Casse du siècle, the heist of the century. And it wasn't just one robbery. It was 2. In 2007, 4 guys dressed as painters, bold as brass, stole $37 million in jewels in broad daylight.
Wow, painters, okay.
But then, just a year later, 2008, the same shop gets hit again.
No way.
Yes. This time, 4 men, and 3 of them the media called the Pink Panthers.
Like the movies.
Right. They wore wigs and dresses, and in just 20 minutes, they grabbed 104 watches, nearly 300 pieces of jewelry, valued at $73 million.
In wigs and dresses, that's integral.
Totally. And eventually, 8 men got convicted, including, get this, a security guard from Harry Winston. Moulay Janad.
An inside job.
Looks like it. He was caught on camera just wandering around freely during the 2008 robbery, not calling the police or anything. It's that mix, again, the sheer audacity of the disguises, plus that insider angle. It's almost unbelievable sometimes.
It really is. Okay, so we've gone from a super discreet vault job to something completely brazen, almost like a publicity stunt. The Millennium Dome robbery in London.
Ah, yeah, that one was ambitious.
Ambitious is putting it mildly. The plan was, crash into the dome with a bulldozer.
A bulldozer.
Yeah, and smash the jewel cases with sledgehammers and make a getaway by speedboat, all in broad daylight.
And the target.
The Millennium Star Diamond. 203 carats. Huge.
Okay, that's definitely audacious.
But here's where it gets really interesting. It's a lesson in good intel, Scotland Yard had been tipped off. They didn't know exactly when it would happen, but they knew something was up.
Ah, so they were ready.
Oh, yeah. They had 200 officers posing as cleaning staff, maintenance workers, guns hidden in garbage bags, more cops waiting on the river.
Wow. A full-on sting.
Totally. And the end result. The bulldozer crashes into the dome, and bam! Most of the gang arrested right there on the spot.
Huh. So much for the speedboat escape.
Exactly. And the media, which had mostly been mocking the dome, actually said it finally provided one amazing day. It just shows, even the boldest plans can crash and burn with good intelligence and a bit of foresight.
Absolutely. And then you have the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Total mystery.
D.B. Cooper.
Oh, D.B. Cooper, the ultimate vanishing act.
Right? What's fascinating isn't just the crime itself, but that it's still such an enigma.
Mm.
So 1971, hijacks a Boeing 747, says he has a bomb.
Standard hijacking stuff, sadly.
Gets $200,000 ransom in Seattle.
Okay.
Then he orders the plane to take off again, heading towards Mexico.
And they let him.
They did. But here's the thing. They had 2 fighter jets tailing the plane.
So they were watching him closely. And yet, somewhere over the Pacific Northwest, he parachutes out with the money and just disappeared.
Vanished. Just like that.
Vanished. Never found. Never identified. The theories, the rumors, they still fly around today. It's a true unsolved mystery. Really captures the imagination, doesn't it? That idea of just slipping away.
It really does. It's amazing how some guys can just vanish, while others, just as clever maybe, get tripped up by the simplest things, like almost schoolboy errors.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us nicely to our next theme, right? Inside jobs, unforced errors.
Exactly, when plans go sideways, or maybe they're just a bit too clever.
Yeah. Let's start with the Dunbar robbery. On paper, this looked perfect, like textbook perfect.
How so?
Well, the gang had blueprints of the place, they had inside information, they even had a key to the depot.
Okay, that's a huge advantage.
Huge.
Yeah.
So, 1997, 6 guys, they go to a party first, set up their alibis, then they slip out, change into black clothes.
Very cinematic.
Totally. They head to the Los Angeles Dunbar Armored Truck Depot, use their key to get in, ambush the night guards. They even knew how to time the security cameras to avoid being seen. Loaded up $19 million in cash.
19 million. Wow, sounds flawless. So what went wrong?
This is the best part. The schoolboy error, as you called it. One of the guys tries to buy a house.
Okay.
He pays the real estate agent with cash, still wrapped in the original Dunbar security seals.
Oh no, seriously?
Seriously, just like that. The ex-Dunbar guard involved, Alan Pace, got 24 years, but about $10 million.
Yeah.
Still unaccounted for. Just gone. It's classic, isn't it? The smallest slip ruins everything.
It really is. That schoolboy error is just such a perfect reminder that you can plan everything, but you can't always plan for, well, human stupidity or carelessness.
Exactly.
And speaking of ironic flaws, Philip Noel Johnson's Loomis Fargo heist. Now this guy.
Another armored car job.
Yep. Johnson was a driver for Loomis Fargo, making just $7 an hour, apparently, for 10 years. And he spent 5 years meticulously planning his big score.
5 years planning. Okay. Dedication.
Right. So, 1997, he puts his plan into action. Handcuffs one coworker in a closet, left him water and snacks, though, so maybe not totally heartless.
Thoughtful.
Yeah. Handcuffed another coworker to a tree out in North Carolina. Then he heads off, supposedly to Mexico, with $18.8 million.
$18.8 million. Did he make it?
Well, here's the truly ironic logistical flaw. It wasn't the plan, it was the execution.
How so?
The sheer weight of the cash, the truck was just too heavy, he couldn't drive it far.
You're kidding. Too much money.
Literally too much money to transport easily. He had to stash most of it, like hide it in a storage unit back in North Carolina before he could even try to leave the country.
Oh my gosh.
And his downfall came 5 months later. He was trying to get back into the U.S. on a bus, just looked nervous, apparently. A border guard checked his IDs, found multiple aliases.
And that was it.
That was it. And they recovered almost all the money, $18.6 million of it. So it really raises that question, doesn't it? What good is all that meticulous planning if the execution has such a, well, that's a heavy flaw?
Huh. Literally weighed down by his success. That is just chef's kiss, as they say. Okay, from a plan collapsing under its own weight to one that sounds like pure Hollywood. Britain's Hatton Garden Heists.
Oh, the Diamond Weezers.
Exactly. This was 2015, and it's already made into movies. This gang, mostly elderly guys.
Seasoned veterans, perhaps?
You could say that. They drilled through this incredibly thick wall, like 20 inches of reinforced concrete, using an industrial power drill. They bypassed the main vault door completely.
Impressive engineering for older gentlemen.
Right. And Brian Reeder, 76 years old, known as the Master, he'd actually done time before for another huge heist, the Brinks Mat robbery.
A repeat offender.
Big time. But even with all that experience, they were arrested within a month. They stole about $20 million in cash and jewels, but only about $3 million was ever recovered. It's fascinating. Age didn't stop their ambition, but, basic police work still caught up with them.
And you mentioned Brinks Mat. That's a perfect connection. That was another massive British heist much earlier.
Tell us about that one.
1983. 6 thieves break into a warehouse near Heathrow Airport. They were expecting to find maybe $4 million in cash.
Okay, decent haul.
But instead, They stumble upon 3 tons of gold bullion.
3 tons?
Yep. Turned into Britain's biggest gold heist ever, worth about $37 million back then. And guess what?
Inside man.
You got it. Security guard Anthony Black was involved. Apparently, getting the gold out wasn't even the hardest part.
Really? What?
Fencing it, getting rid of 3 tons of gold, that's a monumental task. They had to melt it down, mix it with other metals to disguise its purity. It became this huge, complex criminal operation just to launder the gold.
Wow. So the challenge isn't always the theft itself.
Exactly. It's what comes after. And with Brinksmet, many of the robbers were never convicted. Most of the gold is still missing. There's even a story, probably apocryphal, that one of the guys named his Rottweilers Brinks and Matt.
Oh, come on. That's brilliant. It really does highlight that secondary problem. What do you do with all that loot?
Precisely. It's not just about grabbing it.
Okay, so that's a great point. What does this all mean for the kind of bigger picture of crime, especially when organized crime gets involved, when the mob pulls the strings?
Right, that adds a whole other layer of complexity and danger.